Today, I want to give you a tour of the tracker that I used during my no spend month. I think that there's a variety of ways that you could track this, but I had a great time tracking it in my bullet journal. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys what I did so that you can potentially use this as inspiration in your own tracking. There are so many different options that you could do for this, and ultimately you can do whatever works for you. I have been in this kind of bullet journaling phase of my life since about September this year, and I am loving it. I have so much fun being creative and actually putting pen to paper, because I feel like we lose a lot of that in this digital age, and I'm all about utilizing digital tools. I love AI. I love a lot of these things that can help us stay organized and optimize our lives, but I also feel like it's a little bit of a lost art to just genuinely journal and, get to use different colored pens and really create something like completely from scratch. So I had a lot of fun doing this. Sorry, I'm like creeping in the corner. I don't really know how to do this appropriately, but I had everything listed out. So I have all of the days of the month, and I put some encouraging things and just some fun quotes and stickers and things like that. And then I had all the days in the month, and I crossed out every day that I did not spend money on something that was non-essential or was not in my exceptions list. And then over here, I have my moments of weakness section, and also have the month here with all of these green zeros for the days that I did not spend. And then the very, very sad one day that I had to cave to buy that burger. Well, I didn't have to, but I did cave to buy that burger. In my moments of weakness section, I said that I had to get food at the game because I was too hungry. And I put a sad face because it was sad, and I was so upset because I really tried that day too. Like I packed so many snacks. It is what it is, but at least I tried, so proud of myself for that. Okay, so next up I did essential versus non-essential categories. And then I also put in my exceptions here. I have all of these very specific exceptions that were specific to me. So these were things that I knew I was gonna have to spend money on. I can give you some examples. So I was going to a wedding in November. Obviously, I'm gonna get them a gift. So I did put that in the exceptions. There were also a couple book related things. I'm in a book club, and there was another book I've been waiting for like a year that came out this month. And luckily that worked out too. My book club pick of this month I had already read, so I didn't have to buy that. And the other one was free with my Kindle Unlimited subscription, so I didn't have to worry about any of those things. The other things on there were some gift related things. When I first decided I was going to do this in November, I was like, I'm not buying anybody's gifts, period, this month. But as I continued to think about it, the whole point of this is to save money, and there were a few things that I knew I was gonna buy in December for people in my family that it doesn't make sense for me to wait a week and pay like the normal price versus when it was on sale for Black Friday. So I kind of, took that with a grain of salt. And so I was watching anyone's gifts that I knew I was going to be buying and waiting to see if anything went on sale. And if it did go on sale, I did purchase that. The other gifts and things that I have are more like gift card related or things like that. And obviously it didn't benefit me to buy a gift card during the Black Friday sale in comparison to in December. So I did not buy anything that wasn't necessary, I guess, for gifts. So it was only if it was on sale. But I did write all of those exceptions out. And then the other two things that I have been wanting for quite a while are a humidifier and an air purifier. I talked about this in my halfway through video. I got horribly sick last year, and I would have loved to have a humidifier, and I've heard really good things about air purifiers, so never had one, so I'm excited to see. It's supposed to help with allergies too, and my boyfriend has really bad allergies, so I'm hoping it will help us out. And so I did purchase those, but again, those were on my exceptions list, and also I had some leftover gift card money for those as well, so I didn't even end up paying, I barely ended up paying any money for them, honestly, because they were on sale quite a bit, and then also I had gift cards. So, but those are pretty much everything on my exceptions list. And then my essential versus non-essential, I had, obviously essential is like all of my living expenses and things like that, things that you can't avoid. And then non-essential was mostly just things like shopping, food out. Next up in my list is I have my wish list. And so this here is where I would put, I have actually, I'll read it. So this right here says, instead of clicking add to cart, write in here what's on your heart. I thought it was so clever for that. I created this wish list in here though, because I thought it would be a really good way for me to, instead of actually adding to cart like I maybe normally would, I just put things that I thought about throughout the month that I was like, oh, that'd be cool to have. I thought this wish list would be like way longer, and it really was not, because I just didn't find myself craving that very often. Next up is the stats page, and this is where I created a list of what I spent in October versus what I spent in November on the categories that were mostly like volatile. What is the word I'm looking for? I did not include every spending category that I have here, but it was mostly just like the bigger ones, the non-essential ones. So like I didn't include rent or anything like that because those things don't change. These are things that I actually have direct control over. So I did create a nice little stats page here. And then what I did over here was I created a bar graph, and this is showing how much I spent in October versus in November. And that is very hysterical to see, mostly on the shopping category. Shopping way up here versus like literally zero. This was fun to see. I enjoy comparing back to back because, you know, October was a somewhat like normal month for me in regards to spending. It was like a little higher in the shopping category than I normally do. But my shopping was generally pretty bad. So that's not like a crazy estimate for what I would normally be spending on things. So, but it was really cool to see this just so clearly illustrated, where I was like, girl, like what were you doing? Like, why were we spending that much money? Crazy. And then next up, I did an exceptions list. And so this is just all of the things that I did end up purchasing. So it says exceptions I did end up purchasing. And I listed those out and what I purchased. So I had that on record. I also have just a reflections section, which is talking about kind of just my overall feelings, which are basically that I'm just very hype and I'm so excited. I'm so proud of myself. And honestly talking about how I really am excited for the potential of a no buy, low buy year. I am probably going to be coming out with a video soon on what that's gonna look like and what I'm doing to track that and how I'm going to kind of organize that. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Leah, and I've been making content on just being a more conscious consumer and trying to be more intentional in life in general. If you enjoyed this video, I would love very much if you would give me a like, and also leave a comment for me if you would be up for this challenge. Thank you so much again. I encourage you to check out some of my other videos. I'm sure that there's something else that you would enjoy. I look forward to seeing you again soon.